like the ramble. I actually want more ramble. I think we've been even more focused than we need to be.
Too much focus.
Yeah, so let me see. What's a fun one? What's going to take us in a different direction? Okay, so here's something. I don't think I even mentioned this before. Okay, so we're musicians. We've seen this whole industry take on like a lot of different faces. And for someone, what's cool too is like you're a rock musician, you're a rock producer, you're, you know, lots of other stuff too, but like you're in a genre which has such a unique history, and you think of so many things when you think of rock because it's changed shape over time. So, you know, the rock star in the 60s where it's like you're a musician and you're mostly focused on that, and there's a huge industry around, you know, churning out people who are good at providing your thing to a market, and the market is good, and that's a whole thing. So it's like you're very specialized on like your music and your image and that thing.
Yeah.
But now in this new day and age with the internet-based economy and the internet-based media, and marketing is different and things are more specialized, like things are totally different now. So, question for you.
Sure.
Is there a shift that you either see signs of now or predict in some aspect of what you do that is unique and interesting? And that could be in production, it could be technology, it could be in marketing a band, it could be in just logistics, organizing a band, anything. What do you think? Anything that you see that you can predict?
Man, that I can predict for the future specifically?
Or maybe just something, maybe a direction that you see things
changes.
going now that people who are on the outside might not know about.
That's an interesting question. I think that technology is responsible. Let me take this out.
Do it.
If you can. Hey, baby.
Oh, I'm gonna leave it rolling.
I'm good. I'm actually recording with Wilson right now, so you're on the podcast. She says hi, everyone. Okay, perfect. I made reservations at 6:30, and I was planning on picking you up around 6 to 6:15 at your place. Is that good for you? Okay, perfect. Well, I love you, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.
Man, what a great call. Man's got reservations.
Making an attempt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Where were we?
organized.
The future music. Oh, I said technology.
What's the future? Okay, yeah, let's go that way.
This is. I don't feel like I'm unique.
No, that's okay.
In saying that, but I think that tech is. It's allowing bands to record themselves from bringing a relatively cheap recording gear, and thus have more stylistic control, and also not be as good or proficient at their instruments in order to put out music. You don't have to be good enough to get invited into a studio. You can just do it yourself and put it out and see what happens, which is, it's chaos. It's good because there's somewhat of a natural selection that happens for bands that take off. It's good in some ways. Somebody likes it for some reason. Even if I don't think it sounds good, maybe you would. So technology is allowing a lot more music to exist, be out there in the marketplace. It's also allowing people to my voice keeps drying up. To play in bands and create bands that are not physically in one place. You know, maybe meet a musician and you guys connect and you have similar different styles. You can send things back and forth or have phone calls, edit tracks, and I think that there's probably a pretty good number of bands, and I don't know any, well, only a couple like this, but that once you get established enough, I think it helps to be in the same city to start, but you don't have to be in the same city. You can get together to practice and tour, and then move to separate cities and still have a functional band, which is pretty cool. Making money has shifted from record sales to tour. Touring is where you make money now, whether it's merch sales or ticket, or Patreon, the site you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
From just creating things, but really having a hard time here alone.
No, that's okay. It takes a takes a lot of moisture out of you to talk for long periods.
Yeah.
I'm realizing quickly.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so I think technology is the biggest change in how the music world functions. I was talking to one of my coworkers, Brian, about this. He proposed the question to me, just brought it up. Who do you think is going to win, the indies or the records, or the big box people? And we kind of talked back and forth on it, and that's an interesting concept. But I think sites like Bandcamp allow you to put your music out, independent of the control of some big corporate overlord. So I don't know who's going to win in the long run. Winning, I guess, would be defined as netting the most money from music, or allow, or maybe promoting one certain style of music more, and so it becomes more popular. Or, I mean, the whole thing is you have to really kind of develop a set of definitions to have a conversation about it properly. But I think that it's not that I can really change anything, but I think it's cool that because we have the technology and the indie-minded people and companies that want the bands to have the control and power, that it's kind of cool that the state of the industry is one that you can, if you are ambitious enough and talented enough, you can absolutely create your own music and put it out there and have a successful career and build it without the help of anyone. Right. Which is awesome. It's like, more power to you. Go out there and get after it. Do it. I love it. So I like that. I don't like the idea of, of only if Atlantic likes my song, can I ever have a career? But, man, I do think that there are good people in record companies also. They're A&R guys that have a real ear in picking out talent, and that there are people that do, whether it's graphic design or marketing at live events or whatever it is, that do work for the bigger companies that have their head in the game and have their heart in the right place. And so I don't think that this is not, a conversation that the man is evil always. Right. So, because I do think that there are good people on both sides, but I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the way it is right now. With, you can be a band or a solo artist, and you can promote things, or you can also, seek out a label, or a label could seek you out. And you could have the assistance of a big company behind you also. I don't see why they can't exist alongside each other.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. I agree. I think the musician as the entrepreneur is a growing idea, and it's allowing people to think of working with those companies, whether it's a PR firm, a publicist, a record label, or whatever, thinking of those things as partnerships. Yeah. More than, I'm now under the umbrella.
Working for them, right.
Yeah, exactly. More, like we talked about before, more of the business owner mentality, less of the employee mentality. Right. Which is, interesting stuff. So, how do you feel about, and we can go this direction or a different direction, but what if we got back into the DAW there and actually talked about songwriting decisions on, like, the broader, like, structure level of this song? Is that something you feel like doing? Sure. That'd be fun?
Yeah, we can do that.
Awesome.
This song tuning was kind of the first hurdle there. He wrote this initial idea in this tuning, and we decided to keep in that tuning. But that was interesting.
And it was just a random choice in the practice room that he made? Like, what got him down into... It's some kind of open C thing, right?
Yeah. I think that he was playing with the tuning pegs and found something he liked and found some set of chords that he could make with it and crafted some basic concepts around that, which is great. I mean, it takes talent to do that. And to have an ear for that, to just invent your own tuning and then roll with it.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty cool. I am trying to think of ways to show the progression of this song, but this thing is so refined, has so many tracks on it right now with everything that I don't know. Maybe I could find an older version of it.
Cool. And maybe we can talk about too. So the song is called "Brief Lives." How involved are you and the other guitarist in lyric writing? Like, are you guys involved with like what's the song about, or do you know the lyrics? I've been in a few bands where I didn't know all the lyrics and I played bass or guitar or whatever. Like, how involved are you guys in that process? At least with this song specifically.
It's largely Aaron's baby.
Okay.
I think that he has open mind that if I were to come with him with some lyrics, or if I were to say, hey, maybe swap this word out, he would definitely consider it and we could do it.
Yeah.
But it sounds bad. I don't know the words for... I think I probably know most of them to this song since we've rehearsed it, and the song has existed in one form or another for probably a year or two now.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of songs when we were in our old band Honeygun that I didn't know the words to.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. I didn't. I don't really consider myself a vocalist. I have sang backup parts in iterations of bands before, but that's not more than just finding the right note that will complement the lead note. It's vocals are great, and I really appreciate good vocals in mixes. And a lot of what I focus on in live sound is vocals, and you want them to sound good. But as far as what the lyrical content is, it's not my forte. Most of the time when I try to write songs, it comes out about food. I think just sing about food.
Nice.
So you probably don't want to hear lyrics from me.
Okay, cool. So this song, structurally, for instance, is not necessarily informed by the subject matter of the lyrics. Like, it's not that this song is shaped a certain way because it's about something. It's shaped a certain way because of some other kind of stream of logic. So what's the stream of logic that propels this song from one part to another?
It's just I think it's if you were to try to boil it down, it's the way each musical section makes you feel.
Okay.
So
do you want to take us through some sections?
You can look at it like, let me close this one. This is an older version that parts are missing. Let's see. So you can essentially listen to each part as it's arranged, and each part will tell a story. Each part ideally will have, if it does its job, some kind of emotional impact. It doesn't have to hit you at once. It may just be a subtle feeling or mood that you find yourself in. But I think the ideal song arrangement is one that takes you on a journey, like your adventure band, your buddies, is where you start with one feeling and you may come back to it, but you probably have several changes.
Oh yeah, okay.
along the way.
Yeah,
so
get
I don't
me into some feelings.
I'd have to ask Aaron about that, but I don't think really he starts with crafting a song around how the lyrics go. I think it's more of writing good music and having lyrics that complement them, but I could be wrong.
Okay. So for him, it's like it's reactive lyric writing. It's like he gets to the of it, the visceral
thing, I think it's more of
and writes the lyrics.
The lyrics, the lyrics stem from that feeling that the music gives you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah. Let's hear some feelings.
So this is part of the riff that comes in the chorus, but it's isolated and played as an intro right now. What do I have soloed with the drums? So there it is. Oh, it was my lead part. Let's make sure that plays. There we are. All right. There it is. That's setting up the mood, nice. Right? And now here we are. We launched right into the lead part. Drums are a little low, but again, it's not mixed. So right away, you're going to have a feel change right here, new section. And this time we're changing the time to 7/4 now. There's a big tapping part. I can maybe even show a couple parts. That'd be kind of cool.
Dude, that'd be really cool.
Big breakdown. And now here's Aaron's part.
If you fall apart,
big, thick, lush harmonies with delays.
On yourself. Further you
So this will be mixed appropriately. Right now what he's done is gaining up each part to where you have enough signal to work with, and then you can mix easier from there. So the other harmony parts are just as loud as the lead right now, so it's not going to sound great. But so here you go. There's a track that's quite lower.
One thing that I'm noticing now that I'm getting deep into the way your guys' riffs are written, it's like we're in this very like grand, big prog rock landscape, but there's still that little bit of like classic rock, old school metal soul where like every once in a while I notice there's a little lick where it's like there's a little chunk of like a almost bluesy kind of like dominant, major to minor kind of shape.
Observation. Like, yeah, I mean that's a lot of my musical background. Led Zeppelin is probably them and Pink Floyd probably the biggest musical influences when I was developing as a player. And so it's kind of funny. I'll be working on the more proggy sounding riffs, and then I'll just play a blues riff sometimes, and it can feel out of place. But also, it's interesting how maybe that influence is felt even within a song that's been carefully cultivated to be a progressive rock sound. It's cool. I haven't heard anyone say that before. That you can hear some bluesy.
Definitely, yeah.
Which is awesome.
Could even maybe back it up if you don't mind, because there was a specific spot. Go back
the seventh section.
Yeah.
Or the verses.
No, this part I think is what I'm thinking of. It was either coming out of this part or I might make you back it up again because it might be right there.
I mean, maybe you heard it in my lead, because you probably would be able to hear that a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay. Then.
So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, right there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like that. It's like just such a nice like major scale.
It's just a big fat major third on top.
Yeah.
Harmony within the lead part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. A little bit just in and of itself. I had a couple different ideas for that section of the solo, and that one went out because I liked how it contrasted to some of the stuff I do later as tapping, and I have one little sweep later on in a lead, and some of the more...
Do you want to pull out an instrument? Is there something, or maybe...
Yeah, my processor's there that's
or?
off. I don't have we'll have a little amp. Maybe we could hook up here just super fast.
Yeah.
So let's grab this. But I liked how that felt in contrast to the